Well, hi and welcome. We're going to be trying a different genre today. Some close-up work with possibly a little bit of macro as well. The idea is to use the equipment that I have to hand, and the first thing is going to be the 100 to 400 lens that I have. Now it takes some quite nice close-up shots with this, as you will see, and then I thought, well, I'll compare that with a kit lens, 35 to 100mm kit lens, and putting a spacer ring in 10mm, which gives you some macro capabilities. Now these rings have all the electrical connections passing through from the camera to the original lens. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try that. Not doing anything fancy. This is all indoors in the office here. It's too blooming cold out there at the moment, so it makes a nice excuse for staying indoors. And I don't know whether you can hear it, but I've got a little bit of a cold as well, so that's another reason for staying in. Okay, without more ado, we will get into that. Before we do, just to say that this is the second attempt at doing this video clip, because originally I was recording it on my GX8 at 4K with a shotgun mic, and all I got, well, the sound came out, but it was extremely noisy. I don't know what's happened there. I didn't test it beforehand, and I did a whole piece to camera to find that it was totally unusable. So hence we're back to using a Microsoft webcam, which is what I'm using at the moment. Okay, so we'll get on. See you a little bit further down. And here we are, looking at a berry from the garden. Now this is taken with the 100 to 400 zoom. The first shot is as out of the camera, and then just a bit of a crop in, and then the next shot again, which you will see different change in speed and the ISO, and again. So hopefully you'll find that of interest. Okay, so this is the setup at the moment. We're taking a close-up shot at about 310mm, 125, shutter speed 5.8, aperture 2500 ISO, and we're using a bit of extra lighting, as I will show. And here we have the extra lighting. This is the scene. So we're going to compare this with Pucker Macro photography in a minute or two. But this gives you an idea on a couple of the shots that I've taken already, and then we will set up a different lens. We will go from there. Okay, this is what we're going to be using. Just a pretty bog standard zoom lens, one of the Panasonic Leica jobs. This is the 35 to 100. So it's a kit lens. It's not it's probably going to be a little bit on the soft side, and what we're going to be doing is using the 10mm extension tube. There's a 10mm and 16mm here at the moment. I'll take them apart and then you'll see. I'll put the 10mm on the end of the 35-100, and that will give me some macro capabilities. So keep watching and see how it turns out. Okay, now you can see that the extension ring has all the connections, so the lens will be able to talk to the camera as per normal. But as I say, don't expect anything too great, because the shortcomings in the lens, it being a stock kit lens, it's bound to be a little bit soft, so it will probably magnify that to a degree. Okay, stick with us. And here we have the extension tube on top of the lens. We'll just connect that up to the camera now and see how we go from there. And this is what we have with the extension ring on a standard lens. So we're taking it at 125th of a second, f4, and 1280 ISO. Now going to put a bit extra lighting in here, and the ISO is come down from 1280 to 5000. Just makes it that much brighter. So we'll take a couple of shots at that. I've got it on a timer, so we shouldn't get any wobble. So we shall see. Now we've just taken another shot at 125 but 4.3 aperture, 5000 ISO, but we are 40mm. The first ones were taken at 35mm, so that's about the closest I can get in without getting lots of distortion. Well, we've just taken a few shots now and bracket focused, so we'll see how good and what the difference is between just taking a... Okay, ISO 4000 now, using extra, as I say, extra lighting. It's quite a cheap but very efficient little light. I bought it for actually doing lighting plants and insects out in the wild more than sort of in the office or in the studio, should I say. Okay, that's enough for now. So this is the difference from 40mm to 400mm. You see quite a remarked difference, and so there should be, but that spacing ring makes all the difference. This image is of some cherry blossom, which was taken using the 35-100mm lens, plus both of the spacing rings 10 and 16mm. So you can probably see why the new 90mm macro lens costs as much as it does. I think it's about £1,200, a lot of money, but Some of the results that we've seen so far, absolutely amazing. I believe it to be one of the best macro lenses out there at the moment, this time. But anyway, hope I haven't wasted too much of your time. You may or may not have enjoyed what you've just seen, but it keeps me off the streets anyway. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up, it always helps. And I'll see you next time, hopefully when I can get out and about and make some more interesting wildlife videos, possibly include a little bit of landscape as well, we shall see. Okay, cheers for now, stay well all, and as I say, see you next time. Bye for now. Thanks for watching, and could you please give us a thumbs up, that'd be good, and maybe subscribe as well, much appreciated, and hopefully we will see you next time. If you subscribe, you will get notification of when the next video comes out. So many thanks for that, and bye for now.